Attention. We are now at DEFCON 1. Security lockdown.
Russian nukes in space.
The country recently tested a nuclear-capable hypersonic missile.
Hypersonic missiles and aircraft could be the future of warfare.
Recently, a security lockdown test in space involved a nuclear-capable hypersonic missile, known as a hypersonic weapon. At the very top of our list is the United States' most terrifying and destructive nuclear weapon, the B-83 nuclear bomb. Weighing around 1,100 kilograms or 2,400 pounds and measuring 12 feet in length. At just 18 inches in diameter, it looks like a small car. From the outside, it appears as a simple metallic casing. But inside lies a force powerful enough to erase an entire metropolis from the world map within moments. The B-83 is not a rocket and has no propulsion system. It is essentially a gravity bomb. Once released from the belly of an aircraft, it plummets toward the ground under the pull of gravity. Though it sounds simple, its destructive power is beyond imagination. This weapon is carried by America's deadly bombers like the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber and the B-52 Stratofortress. Like invisible shadows, these planes penetrate enemy airspace and, within moments, drop from their bellies the deadliest nightmare in human history. Just one B-83 detonation can unleash a blast equivalent to 1.2 megatons of TNT, around 80 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Within a 4 square kilometer radius from the explosion's epicenter, everything would vaporize instantly. Across 7 kilometers, all buildings would collapse into rubble. Even at 13 kilometers away, people would suffer horrific burns. A single explosion could kill about 1.5 million people and injure over 3 million more. Currently, the United States is believed to possess around 650 such bombs, with about 200 kept in active deployment. However, there are ongoing plans to gradually retire them as newer, smaller, smarter, and deadlier weapons are being developed. Still, as long as the B-83 exists, it remains a looming threat to the modern world. Truly, the B-83 nuclear bomb is not just a bomb. It is a monstrous force capable of wiping out an entire civilization in an instant. But in this deadly race, the most terrifying weapon comes from Russia. They created a weapon so horrifying that the West directly calls it Satan. And true to its name, it is practically another word for death. This is the world's most powerful intercontinental ballistic missile, standing about 105 feet tall and weighing over 210 tons. Once launched, it can strike any corner of the Earth with ease, thanks to its range of about 16,000 kilometers. The true horror of the R-36 lies in its destructive capacity. This missile can carry up to 10 warheads, each with the force of 1 megaton of TNT, meaning a single missile could simultaneously strike 10 different cities. If all the warheads were used on a single target, the combined explosive yield would reach 10 megatons of TNT, an amount over 600 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Imagine such a detonation in the heart of a modern city. The entire region would vanish from the map forever. This sheer terror is why it earned its name. Yet, Russia did not stop there. They built something even more modern, more destructive, and more monstrous: the Satan II. Officially known as the RS-28 Sarmat, the West directly calls it Satan II. Just the name alone reveals its role as the successor to the R-36. But its power far surpasses its predecessor. This missile weighs around 200 tons and stretches nearly 110 feet in length. This colossal giant can strike anywhere on Earth effortlessly, with a range of up to 18,000 kilometers. For Moscow, it could destroy New York, London, or Tokyo with ease. The Satan II can carry between 10 to 15 nuclear warheads. Each relaunched at separate cities, the missile could destroy an entire continent. But if concentrated on a single target, the combined explosive yield could reach 50 megatons of TNT, about 33 times more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb. Imagine such an explosion in the center of a city. Everything within several kilometers would vaporize instantly. Up to 100 kilometers away, everything would be reduced to ash. Even people 1,000 kilometers away could die from radiation exposure. Built with modern technology, this weapon can easily penetrate enemy defenses, which is why the RS-28 Sarmat, or Satan II, is considered the most terrifying nuclear weapon in the world today. Then comes the Trident II missile, the backbone of modern nuclear deterrence. This weapon can annihilate any city on Earth within moments. The Trident II is a submarine-launched ballistic missile, meaning it doesn't need aircraft or land launchers. It can be launched stealthily from deep underwater. The missile is about 44 feet long and weighs nearly 59 tons. It is carried by American and British nuclear submarines, but the real terror lies within. A single Trident II missile can carry 8 nuclear warheads, each with a yield of around 475 kilotons of TNT, 30 times stronger than the Hiroshima bomb. If all warheads strike a single target, the combined yield would reach 3.8 megatons of TNT. Imagine such a strike on a major city. Within the central few kilometers, everything would vaporize into nothing. For kilometer after kilometer, buildings would collapse, burying people alive under rubble. Further out, people would be engulfed in flames. One missile alone could kill 2.8 million people and injure another 4.6 million. What's most frightening is that this is not a lone weapon. The United States possesses 14 Ohio-class submarines, each capable of carrying 20 Trident II missiles, with each missile carrying 8 warheads. That means hidden beneath the sea are around 2,240 nuclear warheads, collectively equal to 70,000 Hiroshima bombs. Truly, the Trident II proves that in modern warfare, death doesn't just rain from the skies. It can rise unseen from the depths of the ocean. But there is another power on Earth with its own monstrous creation: China. The DF-5C is another terrifying intercontinental ballistic missile. This weapon towers over 100 feet in height and weighs nearly 180 tons. Its range is about 15,000 kilometers, allowing it to strike anywhere in the world from Chinese soil. The most frightening aspect is its payload. A single DF-5C can carry up to 12 nuclear warheads, each with the power of 1 megaton of TNT, 66 times more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb. If all were launched together, the combined yield would reach 12 megatons of TNT. Imagine such a missile striking a capital city. Everything in the central area would vaporize instantly. Surrounding kilometers would collapse into ruins, and even 30 kilometers away, people would burn to death in raging firestorms. It is estimated that a single DF-5C strike could kill over 1 million people and injure around 1.8 million more.